Who is the real competition for NASA? Today, I would say one of the biggest competitors for NASA is ISRO, Indian Space and Research Organization. So those of you who have been following the success of ISRO may want to watch this thing till the very end, because NASA is getting ready for the challenge of the next frontier, that is space travel. So who is the new person that Trump has picked? Who and why has he picked him? Who recommended him? And what does the NASA foresee in the years to come? All this and more in this particular episode. Small request to all of you to please like this video. Here we go. As you all know, NASA for the most part is headquartered or around Florida, especially near Orlando. And so there is no surprise that he has picked somebody perhaps who is very closely connected with space for this job. You can see that this cabinet is Florida heavy. Very few people outside of Florida in this cabinet. And Isacman was somebody very close to Elon Musk, and it appears that it was Elon who's recommended to Trump to pick Isacman. Who is Isacman? He is a private astronaut and also the chief executive officer of a company called Shift4 Payments. Now, this reason is not that he is a payments company person, but it is because of his space connectivity. And how is this space connectivity with Elon Musk? We will see that in the next slide. He is Jewish. He is born in New Jersey and he is about 42 or 41 now. He got his general education development, GED. Actually, he dropped out of high school. He didn't even finish his degree. And he got his GED, which is the equivalent of a high school diploma, and then began working in his parents' basement. He is based in eastern Pennsylvania with his wife and their 2 daughters. Isacman adopted the call sign Rook during Inspiration 4 mission, a historic all-private orbital flight organized with SpaceX. That's where his connect comes with Elon Musk. Jared financed and took part in 2 SpaceX missions, marking him as one of the few private astronauts with hands-on orbital experience. So essentially what we are looking at is taking the space travel to the next level. Can we travel to the moon? Can we set up a colony in the moon? Can we travel to Mars? Can we set up a colony there? In fact, if you look at some of the itihasas in India, they say that Mars used to be part of Earth and then it split off. What caused it? We don't know. But that's an intriguing concept because we keep discovering oceans, rivers, and so on and so forth in Mars, except that they're all frozen now. So more research needs to be done. You can jump up and say, I don't see any oceans, I don't see any rivers, but we haven't done a lot of discovery on the surface of the planet. Plus, if the atmosphere went off for whatever reason, so a lot of things can go awry. So anyway, I'm just not going to go into more about life on Mars and all that stuff. Let's leave it for a different day. But the important thing is, as the space exploration progresses, space travel is going to be one of the essential parts. Anything to do with space, I think ISRO has a good grip on it. Right now it is launching satellites. It might be used to launch missiles and things like that. But more importantly, the next big wave is going to be space travel. So I think that all these appointments are geared towards that in mind. Now, does this mean that NASA will push for a more cost-effective solution for space travel? It's possible. And he has experience of having even commanded a mission called Crew Dragon in September 2021. It was an all-civilian mission. And he has expressed a vision for NASA that aligns with the advancement of a new commercial space era. Why would you want to go to space? Well, you could answer in many ways why. It's just curiosity, I guess. And if you have the technology, why not, right? And there are people who are willing to go to space, pay for space travel, $100,000 a trip or $200,000 a trip just to go and maybe get some mud from moon, who knows? So there are lots of people with a lot of money, that's all I can say. In terms of practical usage, unless they find some amazing material like a metal on Mars surface or on moon that could be used on Earth, I don't know, maybe like if they can find gold chunks there, who knows? Or platinum, even better, right? So This could lead to a lot of other applications, like for example, you could have space colonies. And how do you have self-cycling space colonies? Like for example, how do you create atmosphere-less surface such as the moon? Moon has, I think, 1/6 the gravity. I remember reading this a long time ago. Don't kill me if I got the number wrong. I know things are a little lighter on moon than on Earth. How do you adjust for that gravity? I don't have any idea about Mars. What happens on Mars? What kind of a gravitational pull it has? And its day length and things like that. So there would be some compelling reason for you to move there. I mean, population explosion is not going to happen. We are already seeing that world over the population rise is decreasing, meaning like we are populating less and less, and this rate is now more or less tapering off, after which you will start losing population on the Earth. So as to why somebody would like to travel to space, like I said, there's going to be a lot of loose change lying around. Who knows, people might want to just do this travel. But it's also possible that some areas on Earth might become unlivable. Then what do you do, right? Anyway, these are all like 50, 100 years down the road, but the foundation stone has to be laid, and I think that's what we are doing it now. Also, NASA cannot spend the money that these kinds of explorations require, and it's good that it's with Isacman, perhaps there'll be some private entities who might line up and also participate in this. One of the most important things here is the landing of the space launch vehicles, right? You saw that Elon Musk was able to successfully land his space vehicles, and I'm going to show you a video that shows you how they are able to land from the exact spot from where they took off. It used to be not this way. When NASA was doing it, the space shuttle would land like an aircraft, not at the same spot from where it took off. That has a lot of advantages. For example, if something goes wrong, you can repair it, it's right there for you, rather than having to be towed from some other distance that would take a long time to come. So a lot of advantages in this. I'm just going to show you the latest video of Elon Musk's, I don't remember what number it is, but you can see that it lands back. It's like it comes back and ramps into the place from where it took off. Amazing when you look at it and how well it is being navigated, especially on Earth. So here we go. So you saw how it got perfectly slotted back from where it took off. And this is one of the things that is incredible when you look at how much space travel has come. That is a SpaceX rocket. Now, what are the political perception challenges here? Trimming entrenched high-cost programs like the Space Launch System and Gateway Station could face resistance from lawmakers protective of local jobs and industries, especially in Florida. Traditional aerospace giants like Boeing and Lockheed Martin, who rely on fixed price contracts and government-owned spacecraft models, may challenge efforts to shift to a more commercial structure. Reducing reliance on legacy systems may raise concerns about national pride and role of government in cutting-edge space technologies, potentially sparking debate over prioritizing private sector over public sector. What is useful about this is if SpaceX starts becoming NASA, or NASA starts using SpaceX technology, then there's going to be a bit of churn there. Existing models will be challenged. SpaceX was done using Elon Musk's own personal money, and he spent a lot of money. A couple of initial forays were unsuccessful, and until they finally figured out the right way, and now they are landing their rockets perfectly, which means that they are ready for the next step. What is the next step? We don't know yet. But with Isacman at NASA, a lot of things can be accomplished, and one can make the argument, oh, now I understand why Elon Musk is supporting Trump. With Trump's help, he can do this, he can do his satellite program, Starlink, he can do this, he can do that, he can probably even sell more EV cars, he has this electric grid stuff, which is the power wall, he can do all these things, yes, 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 and yes. But the point I think we all need to understand is Elon Musk is able to finish products, and those products are actually making a difference in our lives. That's the most important thing. So now what is going to happen next? The public and political stakeholders may demand tangible results to justify budget increases. NASA has not really produced anything of use in the last decade or so. So suddenly people will be asked to say, what have you done for all the money that's been spent on you? There's going to be a bit of churn. That I'm sure it's going to happen. Dan Storer, the head of a coalition representing Boeing and Lockheed Martin, warned that budget, workforce and infrastructure constraints will shape the challenges Isacman faces if confirmed as NASA administrator. So a lot of stuff still to go, many more miles to go before we can sleep. But Isacman is an intriguing appointment that Trump hasn't gone back to the tried and tested NASA administrator to be brought in, but from outside he's trying to shake things up a bit. Is this going to be the pattern now? Will he try and shake many other things also? Let's wait and watch. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.